Hammocks, tents. Hammocks, tents. Hammocks or tents? Well, for me, it's got to be a hammock, and here's the reasons why. Hey YouTube, my name is Todd, and if you're interested in planning for or about to attempt a thru hike, well, you're in the right place. Be sure and hit that subscribe button, and if you haven't already, be sure and hit that bell notification down at the bottom as well. It'll make sure that you know when new content is uploaded. When it comes to shelters for hikers to take with them on the trail, well, there's basically two camps with a little variation here and there. There are tents and there are hammocks. You can also look at bivvies as an option, but I'm going to leave it up to you to investigate that one on your own. So when you're choosing how you want to sleep, it would seem that the smartest thing to do is to choose a format that'll give you the best sleep. Sleep is such an important aspect when on a thru hike, or we're really just camping in general, that it really should not be overlooked. You need your sleep. Your body needs it to recuperate and heal from a day's worth of walking up and down elevation. If you're working or walking on a sleep deficiency, well, there is a tipping point where the caffeine intake ratio will no longer help you put one foot in front of the other. You'll be more prone to mental or physical mistakes on the trail, and either one of those could end very badly for you personally, or end your hike for the season, or end your hike permanently. As in all things hiking and backpacking related, weight is an issue. Now, I'll tell you up front, even though I'm going to attempt my thru hike in a hammock, I already believe, well, it could be done in a tent carrying a lot less weight. Now, it may only be a difference of a pound or two overall, but ounces make pounds, and pounds are heavy over the course of a 2,000+ mile hike. That being said, I'm in the process of lightening my load on the arena of hammocks and the components that go with it. But if I'm giving points to this, the weight point goes to tents. Ah, that was a dirty word, right? Another consideration for shelter type is setup. Now, I've been using hammocks exclusively for 6 or 7 years now. The process of setting up the tarp and stringing up the hammock, well, for me, it's pretty much muscle memory to this extent. If I'm pressed hard and someone's putting a stopwatch on me for speed, I could probably set up that hammock and that tarp in around 5 minutes or so, or less. I don't generally choose to move that fast. You know, old bull versus young bull mentality. But if it's dark, I may take a tad longer. If it's raining, I'm more concerned about getting the tarp up and a dry place to set up than anything else. So it'll be a draw on time there. Tents can be set up really quickly depending on the type, the size, or the configuration. Man, I've seen folks throw them in the air and the tent lands fully deployed. I know, you hate those folks, right? Like many things, convenience cost, weight costs, or rather weight loss costs. Easy is rarely cheap. So for me, it's still a hammock, but the point for ease of setup goes to both hammocks and tents. I know what I'm doing with the hammock. Whatever choice you make on shelter style, you need to know what you're doing. You need to be comfortable with the setup and the takedown and all the bits and bobs of the system that you're going to use. You don't want to be trying to figure this stuff out night one on a thru hike. The last consideration for me is the comfort, or more directly, the quality of sleep. I have to tell you that I sleep full-time in a hammock at home, and I haven't slept full-time in a regular bed for about 3 years now. And it's not because I can't go back to a bed, because I've gotten used to sleeping in a hammock. The truth is that for the past decade, I've had a love-hate relationship with beds. I'm old. I have osteoarthritis. Chalk it up to the perils of a misspent youth, but the facts remain that when I got up in the morning, I'd move slow. My joints hurt, my back hurt, I was groggy and just not in a good frame of mind from the jump. So imagine me hiking all day, trying to sleep on an air mattress or foam mattress, much less the ground. Whew. No, thank you. Now, when you add the hammock to the equation, Well, the end result is markedly improved for me. I sleep all night, longer periods of sleep. When I get up, I stand up straight. My joints don't hurt, my back doesn't ache. I'm more clear-headed, alert, and ready to go than when I would if I were sleeping in a tent or a traditional bed. Now, certainly your methods may vary, but when it comes to giving points for this category, well, I cheated. It gets super points. These points outweigh all the other categories. This is the end-all and be-all of my shelter decision: quality of sleep. Here's the thing, you know you. Now, I will say many folks I see that try hammock camping and decide to ditch it, well, they did so because they were either set up incorrectly or poorly, they didn't have the proper insulation, or they didn't have any at all, or they just didn't try it for a long enough period of time. In the end, I hope you find what works best for you and that the choice enhances your time on the trail. Because if it doesn't, then wow, that ain't gonna be much fun. And isn't walking 2,000 plus miles supposed to be fun? Even just a little bit? I mean, really? Be sure and give this video a like and share it with everyone you know. And in the end, if you choose a tent, well, that's okay. Go ahead, sleep on the ground. We pee on the ground. Until next week, take a hike and love somebody along the way.